It's Angie with News OK. I'm here with Michael McNutt, who is the state capitol reporter for the Oklahoman. We just saw what happened in there with the bipartisan forum. You tell me, in your opinion, or just what you want to reflect on, what happened in there.
Well, I think what we saw was a group of distinguished national politicians, former politicians, get together to focus on what they consider a national problem. The fact that there's not a good discussion on issues affecting the country. And some of this is brought about if you watched any of the presidential candidate debates this past several months, getting specific answers to questions about education, energy bills, the war in Iraq. We're getting a lot of sound bites. And even in some of the debates, one of the Google debates, someone asked the candidate what their favorite jewelry was. Now, that's not really important to the future of our country. And I think that's what brought some of this frustration together for Senator Nunn from Georgia and President Bourne here from OU, who served in the Senate together and have been concerned about government and citizenship. As pointed out, President Bourne teaches a class in citizenship here at OU. And the challenges coming out of this was, one, I think, to encourage the presidential candidates to talk about the issues plainly and stand up for what they are. Let the people know how they feel. Not just say I'm for an issue, but how are they going to accomplish that? And then one step further, will they go outside their own political party to select people to help them? And they made references to Presidents Lincoln and FDR, who went outside the political party and even chose some of their political enemies to focus on the country and to try to get the country through some difficult times. And the other challenge was for the American public, the American voters, to get involved in their local government and national politics. As several have said, it's pretty much a disgrace that less than 50% of the American people vote in presidential elections. And it's even worse if you look at local elections. We've seen some bond elections just recently in Oklahoma City with less than 10% turnout. And one of those issues is to get involved and educated. And once you know the issues, then you can ask these candidates what those issues are.
Any surprises on your part, that you saw or didn't see in this forum today?
Well, no surprises. I think everyone kind of expected this commission to come out and challenge the presidential candidates to come up with some more frank discussions. I guess the surprise really would, all the attention, wouldn't be a surprise, but a lot of this subplot really underway, if you can use that word, is Michael Bloomberg, New York's mayor, who is one of the panelists and has been talked about and discussed as a possible presidential candidate. In fact, he's mentioned he's looked at it in the past. Now, recently he said he's not a candidate, but he has said that he would allocate as much as $1 billion of his own personal wealth to run a presidential campaign. Today he said, I am not a candidate. That's nothing new. He didn't go one step further and said, I will or will not in the future. So he's still leaving that out, and I think, as was asked by the panel, what will you do if the presidential candidates continue in their present rhetoric? And Mayor Bloomberg said basically, well, we're optimistic they will listen to us. And if they do change, so much the better for the country. But they never answered what would happen. Would this commission meet again? There's no talk of them meeting again, which may be a possibility. To maybe come out with a stronger phrase, or maybe recruit somebody to run as an independent. So that to me is kind of still out there. What happens now that this commission is met, they got together? Are they going to come out again and hold these presidential candidates to task?
Well, thank you so much. Make sure you catch Michael McNutt's story in Tuesday's edition of the Oklahoman.